Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year where we get to sit down and discuss the Post Nationals 2026 vaunted top 10 list for shooters, defenders, get some honorable mentions. We also have some comeback player of the year awards to give out. This is the most controversial episode of What in the World East Edition coming right at you. Here we go.
In the world, East Edition. Keeping it real. In the world, yeah, we the real edition. What in the world? East Edition, keep it real. What in the world? Real edition, real deal. Keeping it real. What in the world? What in the world? What in the world? East Edition.
Welcome in to What in the World East Edition. I'm your host, Sully Ali Shaheed, joined by Chill Man. Chill, welcome back to the pod. This is basically the most fun podcast we do, I think. It is the one right before you and I hit the DFS streets and start talking some football. So yeah, man, we spent a lot of time, a lot of film study, breaking down who should be on the list, who not should be on the list, who almost made it, who's too high, who's too low. And once again, if you want to make your own list, by all means, get on your podcast and make your list, because this is our list. This is the What in the World East Edition list. So, Chili, how is it going tonight, man? I know you've had some critical thinking, some discussions.
Yeah, man, this is by far, this was probably the hardest year to do a list. I mean, I feel really good about the offensive one. I feel like that's pretty close. The defensive one, I think there's going to be some salty people in that one. It's kind of how I feel about it. I think we should kind of go over, a couple things about each other's lists here. If you've never listened to a list episode, I do not include lower players into my list. So if you were not in the A division this past Nationals, you will not be in my list. As I said before, if you don't like it, come on up to A. You'll know right where to find me, and go do your thing up there. Other than that, if you really have a problem with it and you can't play A, then you just shut the hell up and get better.
You can just tell all of Whirlyball Nation to do better, okay? I mean, we do, but
I can. I can. This is our podcast. We can definitely tell them to do better, just like they can tell me to do better.
This is true. This is our podcast, and don't forget the other caveat with the list is that you must have played in the 2026 Nationals. So from 2025, there were some people missing. Obviously, didn't make the list. They made their comebacks this year. They're on the list, potentially. So you had to have participated in last year's Nationals to qualify. This is not all time. This is not somebody, that hasn't played in X amount of years, not wondering why their name's not mentioned. Okay, did you attend the 2026 Nationals? If the answer is yes, potentially you may be on the list, because I include lower divisions outside of A. So just buckle up and get ready to go, because it's about to get real, as it were.
Yeah,
Chili, do you want to shamelessly plug the event that's coming up here in Cleveland?
Oh, the 2026 Whirlyball Cleveland invite?
Yes, indeed. Just like to mention that there's a link, there's a sign up thing. We're rolling. So we want you to come out to Cleveland.
We are rolling. So shout out to one Mr. Sean Myko for getting the hotel information out there. I know him, and one I do believe Brad Dobies was also trying to assist with the hotels and some of the accommodations and things like that to ensure that everybody has a good time in our state.
Yes.
So please, I believe our invite is October 2nd through the 4th. So that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with some of the events and stuff starting on Friday. So come on come on out and enjoy yourself at our center. We will be looking forward to seeing everybody. So come on out, and this has been our shamelessly cheap plug.
Yes, indeed. And if you want to see, a pretty attractive lifeguard managing some guys in the kiddie pool outside of Whirlyball and said players having to play in floaties, by all means, come on down to Cleveland. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time.
I mean, just in case for the people who may not know, you want to let them know who's going to be in floaties and under.
Well, somebody on a podcast made a bet with me and saying that if we didn't get out of the kiddie pool known as C, then we would have to reenact a actual kiddie pool with the players that are left in there. So, John Hanson, you'll be in the kiddie pool, okay? And why can't I think of his name right now? I'm airballing it right now. Who's my boy from Michigan?
Keegan.
Thank you, Keegan. I'm sorry. Listen, it's late. I'm normally in bed by now, but
that is
it's
true.
Late. Keegan, you're gonna be in some floaties. So, I mean, they finished in second, so I mean, like, they are eligible to come to B. But I know he was having some reservations about coming up, about wanting to win a championship for his team, et cetera, et cetera. So I would hope
the bet doesn't care.
The bet doesn't care. Correct. You're getting the floaties, bro. You're still in the kiddie pool. So as the lifeguard himself, I will be in attendance.
Yeah.
Straight Baywatch action. I've been working on my body a lot, chill. So I think I'll be able to pull off the Baywatch look come October. I'm just saying.
Are you gonna have one of them fake drowns so you can run in slow motion?
Listen, man, if I gotta go all Michael Hasselhoff on him, I'll do it. I'll do it. Drowning in the kiddie pool. All right. Shameless plugs are done. I think it's time we jump into the top 10 list. And of course, let's go to everyone's the unsung heroes of the game first. Let's start off with defenders. How about we do that? You good with that, Chill?
Yeah, we'll start off with defenders. So we'll go back and forth. We'll start from 10 and work our way up. So we'll do that. But yes, we will start with the guys who do the dirty work, the guys who never look like they're having any fun, the guys who prevent the ball from going in the bucket, the guys who extend the most, the guys who get the most swats. We are talking about.
I mean, and we say that, but it has a lot to do with all around defending as well, right? You got to be active regardless if you're in the hole or not. Do you get steals? Are you deflecting passes? Are you intercepting passes? Things like that have been taken into consideration when we were constructing the list. So I say I'll start because, again, yours is limited to A players. However, mine is not. So coming in at number 10, I wish I had some cool sound effects. My soundboard's not great, but, we do the number 10.
It's like that. Remember, like the old school ESPN show that used to do lists? We need that.
Yeah. Remember when ESPN used to do cool stuff like Jacked Up and
yeah.
And then everybody got all PC and butthurt about watching people get hit. I'm like, dude, it's football. I would like to see it highlighted, but here we are.
Facts.
So anyway, coming in at number 10. It's getting the proverbial championship bump, as it were. I can't take away a champion that was defender on a championship team. Having said that, number 10 on my list is the championship representing B division, Gooey Duck. Number 10 is Brandon Stewart. That's right. One of the smartest drivers in B, hopefully A next year, led his team to a championship, actually came down and hit some key shots as well, play both sides of the ball. I'm going to give this one to Brandon Stewart. What do you think of that, Chill? What do you think of that?
Well, again, he didn't play B. All right, he didn't play
He
A.
did play B, sir.
My bad. He's one of the few people that can actually, now come up to A and, have something to say to me about it, right? So,
yeah, can.
Hey, swat a couple of my shots and, call it a day, right? Yeah, again, I mean, goalie on the championship team. That seems to be a common theme here for number 10.
All right. Talk to me.
All right. So, my number 10, the man who sat back there and played goalie for James and the other two unlimited champions back there, holding it down with Ian. I have one, Adam Miller.
Adam Miller, solid. I mean, like I said, championship pedigree. Can't just discount what the man did, the dirty work on the championship winning team. So
yeah,
I like the selection at number 10.
I don't think he has championship pedigree. I think he's like one of those guys that gets second place all the time. So championship pedigree, no. He's kind of like I mean, you mentioned the NFL. He's kind of like your Bills, got to the championship game a lot of times and lost.
Well, we gotta bust balls.
Bro, at least your favorite team isn't going to be the the worst team in football.
Are you referring to the Jets?
Are
you referring to the Browns?
The Dolphins are going to be worse than them, right?
Different podcast, chill. Different podcast.
But no, yes, I do have Adam Miller. He played great again, holding it down, playing goalie. Is only going to become a more dominant goalie over time. Also, I do believe, like, unrelated note, I do believe he can shoot a little bit, but like when you're on that team, absolutely not, right? So
right.
So yeah, so getting the championship bump is going to be one Adam Miller, my number 10.
Well, chill. I like the trend that you just set with the championship. I like that to the point where I don't need to say anything else about my number 9 spot because the A champion is above the B champion. I'm going to put Adam Miller at my 9 position. So what more needs to be said that you haven't already said?
I'll just pose the question for the nation.
Yep.
You took yourself out of number 9?
Yeah.
The bit is dead?
Yeah. I think it's time to birth a new bit, chill.
The bit is dead.
I think you may hear about it here shortly.
The bit is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be damned.
Yep.
Well, my number 9. We can always keep making football references here. My number 9.
I'm good with that.
My teammate, the slimmest of the slim, the Reaper himself, at one. Jarrett Doby's here at number 9.
Excellent choice.
Again, amazing defender. Him back there with his brother. We'll again, Brad, love you, buddy. You were on the cusp. But again, here, Jarrett back there, still a force. Still one of the scariest scoops to shoot on. But yeah, Jarrett played great. A lot of people scared to shoot the screens over him. Holds it down, probably saves a lot more points for us than what we know. But yes, I do have one Jarrett Doby's.
I love it. Like you said, long defender. Gets after the loose balls. Anything on the floor is probably his because he can get out of the car way longer than you can. So I'm good with that selection. I'm good with that one.
Yeah. Also, hold on. Let me point out that I did forget to mention before we started the list. At least me specifically. This pertains to a couple people, but one person in particularly, Barrett. If you miss some significant amount of time at nationals, I kind of treat it like the NBA where you are not going to be on the list. unfortunately, it does have to go against you in some way. So again, here it's just it's sports, right? So it's nothing personal, but missing some time does unfortunately hamper you being on the list.
Understood. Yep. I mean, I get it. Eligibility requirements, right? It's just part of the game.
Right.
It's part of the game. So I'm here for it. Let's slide in number 8, shall we? Are we good with number 8? How about you? You wanna start with 8? See where you got, because again, there's gonna be some people that you mentioned now that may appear later on down in my list. There's some people that you're not gonna mention that appear on my list. So how about you slap us with number 8? Who is the 8th best defender in your eyes in Whirlyball?
Yeah, so I think we got to give this man his flowers. So I did, unofficially kind of keep track of blocks because I watched all of A seating. Again, so I did watch all of it. He was definitely in the top 3 for blocks. Again, unofficially. So I have one KB from the great state of Texas making the list.
Love it.
Guy played great. He was again top 2, top 3 for blocks.
Mm-hmm.
He was over, I think, like 14 or 15 for the weekend or for the week there. So played great. Again, just honestly played a great goalie for that team in particular. So I do gotta give one KB his flowers.
Excellent. Sliding over to number 8 on my list, Chill. I think it's time to, now that we've buried the bit, I think it's time to resurrect it. Because this wasn't according to me. Okay, Chill. It wasn't according to me. This was according to a Hall of Famer. Just like the 9 bump was from a Hall of Famer, James Gills, the year before, I got another one from one Joe Tiffany. And Joe Tiffany officially recognized me as the 8th best defender in Whirlyball. So I'm going to slot myself in the 8th spot. Again, championship pedigree now. Suck it, John Hansen. Even though from a different division, I played 2 divisions. However, getting experience in both. Love playing B, love playing C. And, I think, and shout out to Luke, by the way, guys, if you haven't checked out the Sinesta Select Honor Awards, made a first team appearance on that. The only defender on all the lists, with the exception of Hansen making the 3rd team. I'm just saying. But I'm going to slap myself right here. So I'm move the 9, move on up to 8. That's where I'm putting myself.
Before I comment on the bit, I think it's a shame that Sean Mooney, the glue to that team, didn't make any of those teams.
Hey, listen,
without that guy, that team just y'all fall apart.
We have our own group chat, and I compared it like this. Sean is the best center in C. Unsung hero is the offensive line. Offensive line doesn't win MVPs. They don't win offensive players of the years, things like that.
They do win Super Bowls.
And he did. But he doesn't get recognized for doing the dirty work. Okay. I said Billy O was QB1. I put Zenko as a nice RB1. The Hirschman was a flashy wide receiver 1. And I was just the D end that gets a bunch of sacks.
The Hirschman, he played football in high school.
Did he?
What position? Yeah.
I don't. He didn't. He didn't bring it out.
Listen. I know he's gonna comment. Dude, what position did you fucking play? Put it in the comments.
If I upload this at 11:02, he will comment at 11:03.
Oh, for sure.
We'll know.
For sure. We're probably number 1 on his notifications.
Oh God, yeah, he'll wake up in the middle of the night. Like, whoa! Podcast. Got it, honey. Shut up. Gotta listen. Oh man!
But you at number 8, we got We have a new B player, a new A player making the list.
Mm-hmm.
This is boys. This is a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah. Listen,
this is bold.
I'm not gonna avoid the smoke. Okay, I'm just not. However, if I get backed by a Hall of Famer again every year, I'm just gonna continue to climb myself up the list. Just saying. So I need some clout. Need some clout.
You know what? Hey, it's your list. You get to make and break the rules.
It's my list, baby. It's my list. Let's roll on up to number 7, man. Number 7. I have an all-around active, in-your-face court general, newly deemed in the land of Chicago. I'm gonna go with Hall of Famer Jeremy Bennett at number 7. I think he again, court generals deserve their flowers as well. He is always in the game, always active, plays whatever role is suited for him during whatever possession. He's a great defender, an active defender. He's one of the ones that founded the googly eyes defense when he can't get a scoop on somebody and just makes a funny face and causes people to miss. So I mean, I don't know if he invented that, but he's the best at doing it. So I'm going to go with Jeremy Bennett right here at number 7.
Well, great minds, we think alike. I too at number 7 have one Jeremy Bennett.
Yeah.
I mean, basically at number 7 for his communication alone, let alone his actual skill at the game, which is obviously, Hall of Fame level.
Oh yeah.
Again, what he is able to provide for those Chicago guys, being that court general for them, keeping them, even commanding the offense back from playing goalie and getting these guys to where they need to go and what to do. Again, all around great player. He's one of the few people, that may make both lists. We'll see here when we get into the offensive side. But
spoilers! Hey, relax, relax.
But again, here one Jeremy Bennett, number 7. Because again, like you said, it's not all about blocks. On the defensive side. So I want Jeremy Bennett, number 7.
Yeah, I don't know many greater voices in Whirlyball than Jeremy Bennett.
I would also like to take the time to apologize to Jeremy Bennett because during our game we were killing the clock, and he did curse us out. He also apologized after. He said it was smart, but he did curse us out. And when Jeremy Bennett curses you out, I feel terrible.
And that's why he can't ride the Nimbus. Just for that instance alone, can't ride the Nimbus cloud.
But he was in the right. But I didn't like
it. Fair enough. Let's move on up to number 6. Who do you have in the 6th spot, Chili Man?
I would also like to point out that Unlimited has no bearing on my list. It is not factored in.
Understood.
So I'd like to point that out. So anything that was done in Unlimited does not get included. Okay. So Unlimited, again, it's its own thing.
Counts in mine.
Counts in yours. That's
counts in mine.
We'll get to that in a second. Number 6. He suffers the biggest drop on my list.
Ooh, a faller and not a riser, a faller on the list.
Yeah. Okay. I have Jordan, Mr. Huffman at number 6.
Oh my God. All the way down from 1 last year. I do believe we're in lockstep with that.
Correct.
From 1 to 6.
Correct. Yeah. So again here, it was, if you take Unlimited out of the equation, unfortunately, it just wasn't the best Nationals. He did go 2 and out. That has to be a factor. a little bit here. He went 2-0. It just that team didn't gel for whatever reason. Unfortunately, I watched all of the seeding games.
Did
I know they were missing Barrett for a little bit there. I know they had some B players, so I'm not really faulting them for that. Again, if you factor in unlimited, it's a completely different argument. But again, unlimited plays no bearing into mine because not everybody gets to play. So, uh, again, Jordan obviously is still one of the best floor generals in the game, still one of the best goalies in the game. But going 2-0 somewhat has to matter here. So I do got Jordan at number 6.
Okay. Little harsh, but I respect obviously your opinion. I respect it. At 6, I'm going to say you may have had him a little too low, in my opinion, just a little too low. Right here is where we're going to reap the slim. Jarrett is going to come in at number 6. Not playing against them at home withstanding. I think that he is, again, like you mentioned earlier, and I can't say more than what you add on to, but one of the scariest people to shoot over, very active on the floor, in between passes. And he's just devastating. I mean, if he can develop the voice that, let's say, Jordan or Jeremy have, something in those areas. And I mean, on your team, you may or may not need that. However, it's still very important to be a general out there. Once he develops that, I think that he'll continuously move up the list. So I'm gonna put Slim right here, right at 6, and put Slim there.
Yeah, I think I think that's fine. No complaints here. I think going forward, I think the only thing that Slim really has to work on is his one-on-one driving.
Okay.
I think that's where he needs to build. I mean, that's where we all need to build on our team, of course.
Sure.
But I think that'll take. I think that's that's the jump from good to great.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with that. We're entering the top 5 territory. Chill. Who's cracking the top 5? Who do you have at 5? There's some names on here that we haven't. There's some names of the game that we haven't gotten around to, and I think we're gonna break out a couple here. So who do you have at number 5?
Yeah, at number 5 here, we have one. He's back. We have one Joe Tiffany coming in at number 5.
The comeback player of the year in defense. And, wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry. He's not. Sorry. My comeback player of the year is right here in this spot. So I jumped the gun. I apologize. My comeback player of the year is right here at number 5. But go on. Elaborate about Joe Tiffany.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Tiffany, one of the best drivers. I mean, obviously just one of the best overall people at the game of Whirlyball. Will play defense, no questions asked. Also has the offensive game to go with it. Just one of the best minds on defense. Obviously, just a great block. The court awareness, the voice on that court. So again, Joe Tiffany coming in once again, number 5.
Well, I alluded to it, so I'm gonna give my number 5 spot to the comeback player of the year from off the list completely to right back in the middle at number 5. The Hall of Famer, newly minted Hall of Famer, Ben Heisel. Finishing at second in A gives you some clout. Hall of Fame bump, of course, gives you some clout. And it's right where we always knew that he would be. He's an elite defender, elite court general. Court awareness is probably 101 out of 100. So I gotta put welcome back Ben Heisel to our list. I gotta put him right here at number 5.
I mean, again, man, it's a solid choice. Again, if Unlimited played any bearing, then Jordan and Joe could be higher. But I figured we'll keep both of the, quote unquote, the goalie buddies. We'll keep them right next to each other.
Right next to each other.
So
I like that.
right next to
I'm
each
here for it.
other. It makes a ton of sense. So again, you won't hear any arguments out of me.
Again, congratulations for winning Defensive Comeback Player of the Year, Ben Heisel.
Yes.
Let's move on to number 4, and you've already mentioned him at a slot below, but I have him a slot above because I do take unlimited into consideration. So give me a Hall of Famer back to back, Joe Tiffany. Joe Tiffany, your number 4 best defender in Whirlyball. Again, super tall scoop, court general, huge voice on the court. Again, another awareness guy. I mean, what needs to be said about Joe that hasn't already been said? So, but for me personally, let's put him at number 4. Who you got at number 4?
I think this is probably my most controversial take.
Oh, okay.
I think this is my most controversial take. Because I think some people will say he may not even have been the best goalie on his own team. I got Ross at number 4.
Wow. Ross at number 4. Go on.
I do.
You got some explaining to do.
Yeah. Ross, I think, is one of the very few people that when he plays defense, that's a whole different game with Ross playing defense. The length, his quickness, his driving the car. Again, third place team would go back there to try and help Doc the best he could. Obviously, developing more of his game on the offensive side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And again, here we'll cross that bridge when we need to. But I think Ross often goes underlooked. Maybe not playing the position as much, but I did feel like this year, watching enough games, I do feel like Ross is a huge factor. Communicates well. Even with Ross being a wedge, the length he can get to you as a wedge is impressive. So again, might be the most controversial take on my list, but I am putting Ross at number 4.
You got no arguments here, buddy. I mean, I'm okay with your justification, and I'm here for it. I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to push him down. I like it. I'm here for it. But it's just like you said, if he was like an 80-20 guy, right, and was 80% defense, that we got some problems on our hands because that dude is absolutely disgusting on defense. So I'm with you. I'm here for it. Are you ready to give it to top 3? We're almost there, man. Top 3. Number 3. Who you got?
Yeah, we do top 3. You mentioned him earlier. He is also my comeback player of the year on the defensive side. Welcome back to the list. 1, Ben Heisel. You get you get the second place in A bump. You get the Hall of Fame bump. You were once number 1 on my list, and then you fell off the list because you got beat down in Seattle. We all did. And welcome back to the list. Sitting at number 3, held it down defensively for Doug, Dave, Austin, and Genre. So Ben played great. Also another, again, underrated talker on the court. Underrated. I mean, that whole team communicated really well, and like that team kind of in a sense of a list sense, they kind of almost like hurt each other. But again, this one of the best. It's probably one of the best Michigan teams I've played against that actually just played as a team.
A whole team.
Without a whole team, man. Those guys, shout out to them. But Heisel holding it down for them defensively. So welcome back to the 3 spot, Mr. Ben Heisel.
My number 3 spot, again, I don't need to say anything more about Ben that hasn't already been said. Well-deserved placement on the list, but I'm going to go down to the ATL with this one. I got to bring in number 3, Kyle Phillips. Kyle, once again, dominating court general. Court awareness is on, 100 all the time. Big tall scoop. I know he's been working more on his offensive game. He provided some clutch shots for his team. But ever active, ever present. And again, the court general thing can't be underestimated or understated, right? He's always communicating with his team, always putting his teammates in positions to be successful on the court. So I'm going to slide Kyle Phillips in at number 3.
I mean, it's a solid pick. It can lead us right into my number 2.
Man, let's hear it. Number 2, Chili, who you got?
I got your number 3. I got Kyle Phillips. I mean, we kind of mentioned it off air. I think this is where, yes, Atlanta did not have the greatest record. They also didn't go 2-0. Sorry, Jordan.
Damn.
Hey, it's okay. Remember when he yelled? He yelled at me in the ref stand, so I don't forget. I don't care how old that
is. Oh, they influenced the list. Oh man,
it did. It did not. It did not. Again, if Unlimited was a factor, Jordan he'd be up here. But again, Kyle holding it down. I think we could almost make the argument he, in a sense, is kind of like the Myles Garrett. Where he, unfortunately, Atlanta does not have a center. So they do start to tend a little bit slower, and they do play well. I think Atlanta is one of the best, second to last day and tournament teams there are. They do play really well in those scenarios. Yeah. Kyle, again, was top 2, fighting with KB amongst a couple other people in terms of leading in blocks. Kyle saved a lot of 2-on-1s for Atlanta. Again, communicating the passion, got to shout out to Kyle. Also, what doesn't hurt is, Kyle is, a big advocate here of, trying to be on the list.
Yeah. He fights for his spots every year. So he takes this list very personally.
Yeah. So again, this is a bump up for me. I do have 1 Kyle Phillips, number 2.
So now he's got an average of 2.5 now.
He does have an average.
My number 2 is going to go to Michigan's own Clint Fisher. Again, another Hall of Famer. The pedigree is there. He's very active. You can tell that I feel like he was a little more passionate this year. He was a little more active, and obviously court general, floor general, huge awareness, gets his team where he needs to get. Not the run that they wanted to see, but at the same time, he welcomed himself back to Unlimited and had a good showing. I think he was phenomenal. I think he was great. And if the ball's in your car, guess what? So is Clint Fisher. So I gotta put him at the number 2 hole right here. So give me some Clint Fisher.
I mean, I'll just carry over one more time. My number 1.
Wait. We see where you're going with this. However, would you like to list off the honorable mentions before we hit the number 1 spot?
Yeah. We could do that for sure. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll slap them out because like I said, my list is comprised of non-A players. So those spots, those bottom 3 spots, are occupied by non-A players. So those that were in consideration: Doc, Carter, KB, Ross, and Noah. Those were my considerations, the honorable mentions, the outside looking in my list. If I forgot you, if I didn't mention you, sorry. It's just the way I roll on my list. So there you go. So Doc, Carter, KB, Noah, and Ross make the honorable mention spots on the list for Sully.
My honorable mentions, would be one Cleveland's own Brad Dobies. I also had Doc and Carter on the list as well. Noah was also on my list. A couple things going against Noah. I thought our team was bad with getting extensions called. Apparently, the refs like Noah a lot more than they like us because he got called way more than we did.
Fair.
So I did take extensions. Extensions called did go into account into my list.
Another stat product. I gotcha.
Yeah. But again, here I will give credit to Noah. He is basically on the cusp here of making the list. Again, I think he would need to play it at a little bit more frequency than what he does. Obviously, that's not the Seattle way because they do rotate everybody.
Unless you're Adam Miller.
Well, yeah, come on, come on. You see who he's fucking out there with. You kidding
I
me?
know. I'm just pointing out they rotate everybody.
No, I'll stay back there too.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't matter when James has 800 scoops on him. He still makes threes. Doesn't matter. So those were my honorable mentions as well.
Beautiful. Well, you alluded to it already, so let the cat out of the bag. Number one goes to
the dirtiest player in the game, our Ric Flair, our Eddie Guerrero of Whirlyball. If you're not cheating, you're not Clint Fisher. Clint Fisher would literally kill his son to get the ball. It doesn't matter.
Caleb. Oh, poor Caleb.
If Clint had to pick between his own son and winning a Whirlyball game, it's close. He's getting that ball.
Clint
Fisher. On a serious note, though, again, Clint Fisher, again, was up there for blocks. One of the best pure drivers in terms of goalie. A lot of the thing did separate on my list was in terms of driving for one-on-one. Again, Clint didn't get beat as often one-on-one as some of these other guys did. Again, floor general was a little bit more offensive this year, but still not too much. The amount of 2-on-1s he blocked or saved for his team was incredible. Kept them in a lot of games for doing that. So again, my number one will still be the nature boy, Clint Fisher.
The nature boy, Clint Fisher. Yes. I like that. I like the comparison. Yeah, I'm sorry. My most controversial take is at number one. It's Jordan. I don't care. He's I had to take resume into consideration. I had to take unlimited into consideration. Yeah, he went 2-0. I understand it was a down year. However, he played his role. He did what he was supposed to do. And like I said, I take unlimited into consideration. And when you continuously win, you're still the court general on that team. And he's the best voice in Whirlyball. He's the best floor general in Whirlyball. And I still have to keep him at the number one spot. Once again, controversial, but Jordan's somebody that I model my personal game after on defense. Want to get my voice a lot louder on the court, and it might be a little personal bias as well. But like I said, he's the best floor general in the game, and I think he, in my opinion, deserves to still remain at number one.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair. Again, unlimited plays no bearing on my list. If it did, he would be higher, obviously. But I mean, Joe played a lot of goalie on unlimited. Didn't want to.
He did. He's on the list. He's right there. He's number 4. Right there.
I'm just saying. Hey man, it's your list.
There.
It's your list. Your list.
It's my list. Well, we've go ahead.
I was just gonna say again here, you'll hear no complaints from me. Obviously, Jordan on any given day can be, the best goalie in the game. So
Yes, 100%. All right, well, we've hit the 45-minute mark, and I think it's time to get into the exciting part of the game, the stat stuffing part of the game, the people that can put the ball in the bucket for their team on a frequent and accurate basis. So it is time for the top 10 shooters, offensive players in Whirlyball. And of course, we start at the bottom. There's no offense to the bottom, because if you even make this list, you're a phenomenal shooter. There's a lot of phenomenal shooters in Whirlyball, chill. A lot of them. But at 10, I'm going back to Atlanta. I'm bringing Beckett to the list. That's right. I'm doing it. I'm bringing Beckett right at the 10 spot. I think with somebody without a center, he comes to every invite, every open practice that Michigan has, drives out. And he's been doing nothing but working on his shot. He has one of the best high shots in the game, virtually unblockable. When he sticks that tongue out, man, the ball's probably going in the bucket. So Beckett, bucket, number 10. Give me Beckett.
I mean, again, it's a good take. He's in my honorable mentions.
Damn, Chili.
Hey, man. Again, man,
I did have to admittedly do some shuffling.
It's okay. It's our list, right?
But he got in. He snuck in. He snuck in the back door.
Yeah. Again, everything you mentioned previously is 100% accurate. One of the best high shots in the game. Again, as somebody who did watch all of the seeding again, he was off to a rough start the first couple days. And obviously that's most likely going to be because of no center. He did become a little bit more lively as the weekend went on. But the list does not care if you have a center or not. We care about results.
True.
My number 10, we'll keep it in the fam. At number 10, I got one Anthony Ola at number 10. Putting Anthony at number 10, he does. Anthony, to his credit, does garner a lot of attention out there. He is one of the few people that, again, when we're playing these teams, man, they care about one guy, and it's where's Anthony, it's wedge Anthony, it's go to Anthony. So again, here he did have a pretty good shooting display there during nationals, but when you're garnering that much attention and that respect, you got to make the list, because some of the people that I don't have on the list are not game planned for necessarily. So I got to put Anthony at number 10. So that's who I got, number 10.
I respect that, Chill. I respect that. Given the bloodline bump, I respect that 1,000%. However, there's only one Ola that's making my list, and he's right here at number 9. Chill, you take my number 9 spot on the best shooters in Whirlyball. Again, Anthony, as you alluded to, gives you freer looks because the attention goes that way, and you can just set up at 4.5 welds and do your thing, which is exactly what you did during nationals. Obviously, I get to play against you at home. I already know what kind of shooter you are. So from no list to cracking the top 9. So one Ola's here, and it's going to be you. Chill. Number 9.
I appreciate that, because I put myself at number 9 as well.
Lockstep. Another lockstep pick. Yes.
Again, everything that I mentioned before about Anthony, this essentially goes to me, because who is the biggest beneficiary of open looks? Me and Jarrett and Brett.
Mm-hmm.
So that this is by far my best shooting nationals in A. Probably one of the best nationals I've shot at in general. The probably one of the very few reasons why I will put myself above Anthony is probably just for the amount of threes that I made over the week.
Fair.
At nationals, a couple games I made about 3 threes in a couple games. So yeah, so again here, the biggest beneficiary of having open looks because the teams only care about the other guy. So I do have myself at number 9.
I like it. I like it. I'm here for it. All right, let's roll up to number 8, and I think I've made a on the fly adjustment.
On the fly.
I'm looking through the tape. I'm looking through feedback. I'm looking to take certain aspects of the game like eliminate into consideration, and I can't justify putting who I was going to put here there because of the other factors. So I move someone down. No disrespect, obviously, but because of the sheer amount of defense that he played and only shooting when basically quote unquote necessary, still one of the best knockdown shooters in Whirlyball. But again, because of the role on his team and the role he took upon himself, I had to move him down just a little bit because he's not a volume shooter anymore, albeit a knockdown shooter. Number 8 is going to go to Jeremy Bennett. Again, sheer amount of defense that he played. It's hard to be top X in both lists. But again, he didn't make the defenders list because he was shooting a bunch. He made the defenders list because of what he did on the court. But offensively, you still can't take away from what he can do out there. So I got to put Jeremy Bennett right here at number 8.
Yeah, man. We're in lockstep.
Hey, back to back. Let's get it.
I have Jeremy at number 8. Yes, did play his fair share of offense. But again, when he was on offense, it's a huge difference. Opens up so much floor for Chicago when he's on the offensive side. His consistent 3-point potential is big for them. And again, just the communication and being the floor general, even on the offensive end as well, still huge. So yes, I do have Jeremy Bennett. Welcome to the number 8 spot on my list as well.
Excellent. Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought? Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Not me. But that's great. Well, Chill, I got a jumble here when we get up to number 7. So I'm gonna let you lead the way. Who do you have at number 7? Because I was rattling my brain about this, man, and this was a tough call. These next 3 spots, the toughest ones to fill for me.
Yeah, man, these are all pretty tough. Man, I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take or not. But I do have one from the state of Texas.
I knew you were gonna say it. I fucking knew it. Oh, the disrespect! Oh my god!
I don't think it's disrespect once we kind of go through who I have above him.
All right, but
I do have Bolte at number 7. I do, because I mean I'll hear what you have to say, but if you're taking Unlimited into account, he was not their best offensive player. I'm not taking it into account, because if I took it into, but yeah, man, Bolte, number 7, one of the best drivers in the game of Whirlyball. One of the honestly underrated quick shot. It has a little bit of a higher shot. Snaps that wrist through. Amazing driver.
Yeah.
Very underrated one-on-one. I do have one, as he so eloquently put it, he may have been a little bit intoxicated on this night, but not only did I meet Bolte, I met Chris.
Right. You got a lot of people don't get to meet Chris.
Yeah,
you got to meet Chris.
So I got to meet Chris. And Chris, you know what? Was a damn good time.
Fair enough.
At number 7. What? Chris Bolte.
Chris. All right. Yeah. This is tough for me, but I think I'm gonna take what I said about Jeremy and apply it the same way to Joe Tiffany.
Oh, that's
maybe a little controversial.
That's too low, fam.
Maybe a little controversial.
That's too low.
Listen. This
is where the film study. This is where the film study comes into play.
Listen to me.
Okay. That is too low.
He can't. Well, I can say the same about Chris. Okay.
No, listen. You might think so, but when you hear the 6, I got above them.
All right. Well, like I said, you're the one with the statistician. You got the back it.
This is too low.
Okay. Well,
I don't fight you on your list too much, but
this is hard for me.
This is too low.
This is hard for me.
It's the wrong choice, and this is no disrespect to anybody else you got on the list. That's too low. That is too low.
It's hard to be top X in both lists for a reason. You can't be the main offensive guy and the main defensive guy and think that, it's all spread equally. Everybody that's on this list is fantastic and can be debated. Let me put that caveat out there, okay? But because of the defensive impact that Joe made, and again, I take unlimited into consideration, I think Joe is going to sit right here. Remember, so he is the offensive comeback player of the year.
Yes. I do need to mention that as well. Yes. Ben Heisel was our defensive player or defensive comeback player of the year. Joe Tiffany is our offensive comeback player of the year.
Yes.
And hey, spoiler alert, I'll get into more stuff when we get through my list. But we'll cover that when we need to. But yeah, Joe Tiffany by far comeback player of the year on the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'd be the first person to tell you that last year he didn't shoot well.
Yep.
At his home center. I mean, he got everybody sick. Let's not forget. I know that gets looked over.
Did. Sure as shit did.
So
yeah.
He can get past.
Well, my apparent controversial take aside, let's go to number 6, man. Who we got?
I mean, I led the way last time. Who you got at 6?
Well, see, here's where I was debating because I wanted to slide Joe up a little bit, but then I slid him back down because of defensive prowess, because I wanted to lump him in with Jeremy Bennett. So the man that moved up above him just slightly, and only slightly. The quickest draw in the West, Eric LaPlante's going to go right here.
Okay.
Eric LaPlante.
I, too, have one Mr. LaPlante at 6.
Yes. Perfect. So, again, what can we say that hasn't been said?
He wasn't higher. He wasn't higher on your list with the unlimited bump.
There's another guy that got higher on the list because of the unlimited bump coming up here shortly. But yeah, LaPlante was nasty. Some of the seeding games I watched him, he was, I can't remember the team he was going against, but he took somebody one-on-one, maybe 14 straight points. And it was sickening. And the separation that he can create being a shorter guy and being, like I said, a quick, snappy shot. He's lethal from every angle of the court. And he's just absolutely deadly. So, I mean, I gotta slot LaPlante there. I would say, whose shot do I fear more? LaPlante's is damn near impossible to block. I mean, I'm not saying Joe's isn't because he's a very high shooter. However, LaPlante is too quick. He's the ultimate hand down, man down shooter. And I think he deserves a spot right there. I'm going to put him at 6.
I think you I think you got to fear Joe shot a little bit more. But that's again, it's neither here or there.
It's debatable, subjective to opinion. You know,
I mean,
obviously.
Joe Tiffany, he is my, my younger sibling teammate. So that aside.
True. Make it happen. Make it happen. Oh man.
Right.
So
You
we're in
ready for number
lockstep. We're in lockstep at 6. We're both putting Peters at 6.
Eric?
Or sorry, Eric LaPlante, number 6. Sorry. Spoiler alert for 5.
You want? I'll just let you. You want to go into it?
It's BP. It's Brad Peters. Again, this man single-handedly put Michigan in the grave in Unlimited, to the point where Barrett put his scoop down when he was in the key because he knew the ball was going in the bucket. I mean, he was just basically shooting at the wall at that point. And if you could put on a performance like that at quote unquote the highest stakes, when it comes to the game Whirlyball, I think you deserve to definitely be on the list. Pretty high up it as well. So like I said, LaPlante got a little bump. Peters gets a bigger bump for the Unlimited. And yeah, man, he's always been a lights out shooter. He's always been great in the key. And I think his range is just getting bigger and bigger as the years go along. So give me one BP at number 5.
At number 5, I got one Mr. Doug. I got Mr. Dougie.
Oh, okay. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I got Doug at number 5. Again, man, Doug. I thought Doug played a little bit more defense than he's probably played over over his like Whirlyball career in general. Doug basically single handedly put our team away with this really good 3.5, 4 well shots. Doug gets the playoff bump. That team lost their first playoff game.
They did. They ran the gambit.
Yep. And then, my God, they ran the gambit. It was really cool to watch, and they have some really funny moments through the playoffs that I watched as well. And Doug also, when you do have Austin and Dave on your team, man, it's gonna get you open. And again, here, like, let's not disregard anything that Zach did. As well. So in terms of offense, but man, Doug was pretty spot on in money throughout the playoffs. Unfortunately, just runs into the buzzsaw that is James Gill and friends. So
and company.
James Gill and again, and friends. So I do got Doug number 5.
I mean, they are the goat herders, man. So they herded the goat, as it were.
They did.
All right, so you got Doug at number 5. Okay. So top 4, Chill. You moved me. You moved me with what you said earlier about someone that's lower on your list but higher on mine. But because you influence my decisions, Chill, because you're a logical man, because you study the film, you're a film warrior, I'm going to move someone down into this spot that was higher. This is where Bolte goes at number 4. Again, quick snapshot of the wrist, very phenomenal driver. Top 5, if not higher, all around player in the game of Whirlyball. I think Bolte, although his shooting performance, in a couple games, like I said, unlimited, does take into consideration. Didn't have the performance they wanted in the tournament. But outside of that, you always got to be mindful of where he is and what he's doing. Can make shots from any type of angle and from anywhere on the court. And I think I'm gonna slide him down because I was hearing what you're saying, man. Hearing what you're saying. So I'm gonna put Bolte right here. Put Chris right here.
Put Chris. So at my number 4, a former native Michigan player, lit it up on Unlimited, Mr. Brad Peters.
There you go. Okay. BP cracking the top 4 for you, huh?
Absolutely, man. Again, if Unlimited had a factor on my list, I would definitely put him higher. But again, it doesn't. So yeah, again, Peters absolutely tore it up this tournament. Again, it didn't matter from range, from inside the key, the driving. Again, man, when you have other, former Unlimited champions and the GOAT on your team, your looks are going to be huge, but you still got to put ball in the bucket. And again, when you have, consistent defense back there with Ian and Adam, it helps as well. So yeah, I got one Mr. Brad Peters coming in at number 4.
One of the GOAT herders himself. I like that. The old you got a championship bump as well.
He does. He does get a little bit of a championship bump.
Yeah. Well, all the things that you mentioned earlier about someone that's higher on my list, I'm going to put Doug right here at number 3. Once again, I think that, you have deadly shooters on his team respectively, but in my opinion, maybe only my opinion, he's still the most feared one out there. Did play a lot of defense this time too. He was very selfish on the court as well, very selfless, I should say. And but when he had open looks, he buried them. I mean, he's always ever present when it comes to open shots. He wasn't forcing a lot this year. He was taking what he was getting. And when he does that, we can ease into and relax, take shots by himself. He's nasty. So, and he was very, very nasty too. Once again, it can't be understated that they lost their first game and then went all the way through to get a championship appearance. And a lot of that had to do with Doug. So I'm going to put him right here at number.
Yeah, at number 3, you mentioned this individual before. I argued that he was too low.
Here we go.
At number 3, we do get one Joe Tiffany. Welcome to number 3 on the list. I'm sorry you were so
comeback player of the year.
100%. All I have to say is go watch, if you're gonna watch anything, just go watch Joe Tiffany try to carry his team through the playoffs. And this is no disrespect to the people on his team. Y'all played great. The amount of shots, the amount of times he was beating the holy hell out of these other teams' goalies, the amount of crossbody threes, the amount of this crossbody shot, the amount of this ridiculousness that man was flicking the wrist, was incredible. Joe Tiffany is the biggest benefactor of the playoff bump. But again, in general, this year had to play way more offense. Again, here still very feared from everybody else. Played probably the best non-championship game of the tournament. If you do want an entertaining game to go watch, it happened on court 2 on Sunday. Go watch the Goat Herders against what was their name? A-Rex. Was that their name? Their team name? I think so. Or I'm close.
Sure. Yeah. It's just
whatever. So go watch that game. It's one of the best. It's one of the best games you'll see from this entire tournament. Again, spoiler, it ended 50-51. But man, it probably one of the best just non-championship games of the weekend. But yeah, just again, man, nothing to be said. Just watch Joe's run through the playoffs, and you'll see why I have him at number 3.
Hey man, like I said, you're Mr. Study the Film, you're Mr. Tape, so I respect your opinion, and that's a good spot. It's a good spot, man. It's a good spot.
I mean,
well, listen.
the thing is like teams literally knew to stop him and they still couldn't.
Still couldn't do it.
Still couldn't do it.
Still couldn't do it. Chill. Before we get into 2 and 1, because spoiler, they're the exact same. How about we list some honorable mentions? Who was on the cusp of making the list?
Yeah, let me say this. Probably the biggest omission off of my list is gonna be Carter. Man, Carter was on my list, and then he was off my list, and then he was on my list, and then he was off. If I took Unlimited into account, if I took it into an account, Carter is definitely on the top 10 list. Because he was by far Texas's best offensive player. Unfortunately for Carter, when comparing him with the 10 people in front of him, record does kind of have to matter a little bit. Also, no offense to him, he had a certain teammate on his team that took a lot more shots than what they should have.
No comment.
I mean, no comment. I mean, this.
You know who you are.
I mean, we know who he is. Brad Reading. So, I mean, it's true though. I mean, Reading for as good of an offensive player as he was, he just struggled this year. He'll turn it around, but man, Carter definitely needed way more shots than what he was getting from his team. But again, man, when he had those opportunities, the guy was fucking on fire. So Carter would have been my number 10.5. I mean, you could make an argument you at Carter at number 10 over Anthony. I'm sure Anthony may even make the argument himself as well. The reason I did have to put Anthony there then is again, of no disrespect, but nobody goes onto the court saying, "Hey, we gotta shut down Carter right now." So again, I'm sure that's gonna. Yeah. But the thing is like with the way he performed this year, I'm sure that's going to change as well. Again, I can't say enough about Carter. Definitely like that. And then again, some of the the rest of the guys that I have, the other benefactor of Anthony being covered, Jarrett. Jarrett shot really well, shot great in the playoffs. Mentioned him earlier on the defensive end. Ross, this is probably his best offensive tournament that I've seen. And then the other three, just to kind of finish it off, Beckett, Dave, and Austin. Again, man, unfortunately, like I said, Dave and Austin both played well, but like again, that whole team, in the sense, kind of just cannibalized each other. Although like let's be real, we have 3 people from the championship team, but they won.
Yeah,
but again, again, nothing to be said about that. But those are the peeps that I got.
I like that. Obviously, again, one Ola making the list, that means the other one was on the cusp of making it. Anthony, benefactor, like you said, from having open shots, being covered all the time. Jarrett, Austin and Maddie go into probably two of the most dominant key shooters that we have right now. Maddie is just so damn tall, and he can dunk on damn near everybody. But like I said, within the key area, he's very almost damn near impossible to stop. So Austin and Maddie get my nod from there. Again, if they were 3-4 well knockdown shooters, easy money, but in the key, they were damn near unstoppable. Johnner and Dave need to be mentioned as well. I think we're definitely on the cusp of making it. And then again, it's because of you I left him off, but Dan Carney could have made the list because he single-handedly took his team to beat the B championship. I mean, yeah, I said single-handedly. No one else was on that team. It was Dan Carney, period. But because of some tape, when he filled in an A, it didn't look too great. So I left him off.
Yeah, when he played an A, he got swatted a lot. That's again, man. He's never played A before.
Yeah, but we'll see him next year. I know in A, so I mean, he's definitely got a chance to make the list. And I think Cadence needs to be mentioned here. She almost made it. I thought about it. I looked at the tape. There's not many dominant D offensive players, and the Cadence was right there. I mean, I'll take Cadence over a couple people on the honorable mentions, but soon enough, right? Soon enough. So
hey, soon enough.
Soon enough.
Cadence. If you don't like it, I'll see you in A.
DNA.
That's all I gotta say. Again, Matt, you get all the respect in the world. Shout out. I'll shout you out the whole time. But
what happens first, Chill? Does Cadence make the shooting list, or does she get her driver's license first?
Ooh, the shooting list or driver's license? I guess it really depends. It would have to depend. It would have to depend on their center, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna roll with the driver's license. If y'all want to put that in the chat.
What happens first? One of the up and coming premier shooters from D gets her driver's license first, or gets on the top 10 list,
or what happens first? Does she get her driver's license, or do Keegan or Buckets win C?
Man, that's another topic for another day, isn't it?
What if she could carry Buckets?
I guess.
Could.
Someone has to at some point, right?
Just
like, I mean, according to Noah, Billy O carried me to a championship, even though I've been on teams with Billy before. And whatever. I'm just saying, whatever. But anyway, man, let's knock out these last two because they're the same.
Yeah. Let's be real. Coming in at number 2, and we don't give a fuck what you got to say about it. Fucking do better, kid. You're number 2 again.
Kid.
Timmy, we love you. You're number 2. You're still looking up to number 1. Unfortunately, you didn't make the finals this year in A. You tried your damnedest in Unlimited. Again, Unlimited played no bearing on mine because if it did, you'd be lower. Because you weren't even allowed to play in Unlimited. It sucks to suck.
It just literally you are not playing anymore.
One thing, if you all want to see Timmy crashing out, go watch their last playoff game. It's on court 1. They're playing Doug and them. All right, and the game is kind of close. It's towards the end of the game, right? And I don't know who was reffing. It may have been Keegan, but again, I don't know who was reffing. But there was, I think maybe Dave or somebody was like in the key, and it wasn't getting called, and like it was kind of a big deal because they needed the ball to try to shoot a 3.
Yeah,
and Clint and Timmy and Pat. Everybody but Kalen on the team is literally flipping out, and Timmy is having the biggest crash out on the far side of the court. Mid-game, he stands up in his car to curse out the ref. Does his best Trevor Martin impression. All right? He crashed out so bad. I would also like to point out that Genre and Doug so nicely asked the ref to call an extension or a seatbelt penalty because that's 4 points. So kudos to Zach and Doug. But if you just want to see something funny, it's in the playoffs, Sunday on court 1. Timmy crashes out, and it's hilarious.
I'm definitely going to be watching that before bed.
Do with that what you will.
I'll be watching that before bed, 100%. 100%. I can't wait. But yeah, Timmy slides down my list to number 2. Like I said, I think my most controversial take last year was putting Timmy above Gil. And Gil basically told me to shove it up my ass this year.
Shame. Fucking shame.
Listen. This year, I guess Joe Tiffany's going to have a vendetta against me because I put him too low. But yeah, Timmy deserves a 2 spot. I mean, he's a one-man wrecking crew, but when he gets isolated and taken out of a game, his team can't win. So he tries his damnedest. That's for freaking sure, no matter what. But yeah, he's still, the young gun in the West, the up and comer. Still nastiest, one of the nastiest shots in Whirlyball. Consistent, super consistent. But he's got to realize that he's coming into every single game with a target on his back. And I mean, it's a big target. And once teams try to isolate him, then, other guys got to step up. And unfortunately, like you said, their playoff run came to an end because of that. And the unlimited run came to an end because of that. And that's just the way it is. But shooting acumen, he's still top 2. So there that is. So good job, Timmy. You made it. You dropped on the list for a year, to the unquestioned, unrelenting A champion, Hall of Famer, greatest of all time, still to this day. Chili, you and I both agree it's James Gill. We all knew it was James Gill. I know people probably cut the podcast off because they already know we're going to say James Gill.
Welcome to James Gill being number 1.
Yep.
It's okay. We'll take you in. We'll still take you in over here. I never wavered. My unwavering faith as one former. All right. As one. Again, to get more football references in there, the best Browns quarterback of all time, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, it's not close, actually.
It's not close. To show you how far we really gone downhill. Again, the GOAT of GOATs, James Gill, what can be said? Again, if you want to go watch the reason why he's number 1, again, I mentioned that playoff game earlier between against their team and Joe, Christy, Noah, and Jay and Brad Elke and them. Just go watch all the ridiculous shots that James Gill makes in that game. Double covered from 3, around scoops. I mean, it's to the it's to the point where Joe Tiffany was literally just fucking laughing his ass off. He was just laughing because there was nothing you could do. And they needed all of that to barely win that game by 1 point. That game also has a very sad ending. Somebody in that game will they regret their last shot, but that's neither here or there. But again, here, what can be said about against the greatest of all time? Again, man, Mr. Consistency himself. He is a walking bucket. He steps onto the court and he's open. James Gill, number 1 with a bullet.
I would have said steps out the car and he's open.
Off the plane.
Like in the parking lot.
Out of bed. Just steps out of bed. Just open.
Drains it. Yep, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, man, I can't say anything else. It's James Gill, bro. Like, no. When he retires and other people try to take over in his stead, we'll always remember how absolutely filthy he was at the game. And it's insane what he can still do. It seems like it's only getting better, which is absolutely insane to say, but it's James, number 1 with a bullet, like you said. So, well, chill. We did it, man. We did it.
We did it. We did it.
Controversial episode of What in the World. We did it. Do we have any closing thoughts about this year's Nationals?
No, man. Again, man, I thought it was a great Nationals. I believe you guys could be on the lookout for the Sonesta Select Awards for the B division.
Yeah, man.
So be on the lookout for that. Those guys, I don't know if it's Luke and friends or whomever's a part of that. You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Again, something that just promotes the sport and brings us all closer. Cool. I can't wait to see what y'all do for A, because that one is going to be really tough and really fun for y'all to do.
Hard. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. Good luck with the A shit.
Yeah, man. If you guys don't put me on it, I'll be kind of pissed off.
Oh, listen. Hey, spoiler alert for A. James Gill is the MVP.
No.
And he's on the first team. Spoiler.
I mean, You want to do a first team? Hey, real quick. You want to toss out 5? You
know what? Fuck it. We got 5 minutes
right?
until the hour and a half
Fuck
mark. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Listen, all these other podcasts go 2 hours and 7 hours. Fucking Snowy and Buckets are fucking playing some pigeon game that was absolutely hilarious. Like I don't know what's going on that side of the world or whatever is going on. John's fucking around with pigeons. I don't know, but it was hilarious.
Hey, I see
their shorts come up on YouTube. So I'm like scrolling, and it says Buckets and a picture of a fucking pigeon. I'm like, this is fucking gold.
If his team name is creative,
if his team name is it's not something pigeon related, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Be disappointed. Hey, did we? I might have to go check the tape, but did we get C all the way correct? We got the first team completely correct.
We were close. I think we were close.
I think we got them all, bro.
I may have had Mooney instead of Hirschman, maybe.
Okay, we got to check. The tape.
We were close.
We'll have to check. The tape.
I know for a fact we had you right. We had Billy right. Tilly, Brady right. Brady.
Yeah. So maybe your fifth was different, but I do believe
we were. Yeah, we were flirting around. Yeah, at the worst, I was 4 for 5.
At the worst, we were 4 for 5. So let's try and recreate that. Let's try to do it again. So 5. So 4 because James Gill.
All right, let's just. I assume that James Gill. So James Gill and whomever else for his team, because I feel like Brad or Eric are coming with him.
I think it's Peters.
I think it's Peters as well.
I think it's Peters.
Also, yeah, I assume they'll do their own thing for Unlimited, right? So I'm not, again, Unlimited is playing no bearing into this. So we have James, we have Peters. I mean, you're not gonna like it, but it's
Joe?
Seattle people. Yeah, I'm Joe and Timmy.
I think Joe, Timmy, Doug. I think Doug makes the first team.
Joe, Timmy, and Doug. I like it. I can see Timmy. I can see Joe, Timmy, and Bolty.
But I mean, like I said, look at the playoff run. Look at the playoff run.
But here's the thing. I don't know how if they,
it's because a community vote.
Well, I will say in the NBA, your first team and the MVP voting does not factor playoffs into it.
Right. That's true.
Because if they're not factoring that into it, there has to be one Cleveland guy on the first team because we seeded second.
It's true.
So again, I don't know how they factor into it. Like, I don't care what Cleveland guy, but technically there would have to be one on there. But like, again, I'm not big on the goalie thing. So like, I don't think Clint Fisher makes my 5th spot. So I think my 5th spot is at this point, it's almost, I think Doug, Eric, or Bolty.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I mean, shit. I mean, it's gonna be tough because like, if you're like, man, I'll put Jeremy Bennett on the first team. Like, it's like, fuck, okay. Good luck with that, boys. Good luck with that, boys.
Said, even putting our list together and then trying to pick 5, brother. Woo! The community's got to speak loud on this one.
Loud. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, like, you see all these crossouts? That's my list, guys.
I see it.
I mean, unrelated note.
I mean, we got the pads. We
see this.
Putting the work.
See this? This is everybody who got blocks. I did the work.
You did the work, bro. You did the Lord's work. You definitely did.
The Lord's work. This is all the Cleveland shooting percentage. Brother, I was in the weeds. God,
we were in the weeds, baby. I like it. I like it.
I was in the weeds.
So okay. So yeah. So let's go Peters, Gill, Doug, Timmy, Joe. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, man.
There's first teammate right there. There's first teammate right there.
You're not gonna hear any complaints out of me, man. That team would be pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
Also, well, having said that, hold on. Let me rant about one thing. I know there's a couple of you when like we put up those like unlimited things, and everybody's like, "But the goalie."
Oh yeah.
It still stands to this day. And like, you know, my favorite basketball player, White Chocolate, Jason Williams. Would you rather have, and again, no disrespect, would you rather have 5 James Gills or 5 Ben Heisels? I know who I'm picking. Okay. As great as goalies are, and they do a lot for the game, as for great as a goalie as Jordan is, he can still put the ball in the bucket.
Sure. Yeah.
Again, let's not forget it. At any point, if Barrett didn't want to be, you know, young Shaquille O'Neal down there in the fucking key, Barrett could go play goalie. All right. And just make his ass all the way back to number 1. So again here, let's just, again, for as great of a goalie as Jordan is, it's just the other 4 guys put the ball in the bucket a little bit more than he does. And when you literally have the stat sheet between Peters and Eric, I don't have to move from goalie. When I'm up by 50 or whatever I had the privilege of fucking reffing, or 40 or 30 or whatever Seattle was in that ass by, he didn't have to leave. So again, I value y'all opinion. That unlimited team with like Anthony and Bolte in them, they'll have defense. I promise you.
Yeah.
They're great players, guys. They'll be okay. Again,
but they also have the ability to put the ball in said bucket at a high frequency.
Again, 5 James Gills, 5 Ben Heisels. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, in the comments, wherever you're listening to this. Text me. Message me on Facebook.
Right. Get in the Discord if you want. Who cares?
Get in the Discord. DM me on Discord. I don't give a shit. Let me know.
Chill, man. Having said that, it's been a ton of fun. We're ready for the debates to spur and people yell at one another about who goes where and who didn't get mentioned and all the other good stuff. I'm excited for it. But if there's any other topics that you guys want us to harp on, we probably won't be joining you again until after invitationals here in Cleveland. Once again, hopefully you guys can make it out, come enjoy our city. And if not, like I said, drop us some topics. Drop us some, you guys want to interview, you guys want to just talk the general shit on the podcast, because Chili and I have to move over to our fantasy football podcast. So if you're into that type of thing, come join us over there. If not, you just want to hear the Whirlyball shit, that's totally cool too, man. It's totally cool too.
Yeah, so, we are not obligated to make content.
Absolutely not. I can take a break until 2027 Nationals if I fucking want to. Okay. It's my prerogative. It's my choice. It's my body, my podcast, my choice. Okay. So, man, it's been real. Guys, make sure you check out the other podcasts if you haven't. Hopefully, we'll see you guys all in Cleveland. It's been your boy Sully for Chili. This has been What in the World East Edition, and we will check you out on the next one. Peace.
In the world, yeah, we the real edition. What in the world? East Edition, keep it real. What in the world? Real edition, real deal, keeping it real. What in the world?